What is going on, everybody? It's Thursdays, 3:45 a.m., November 12th. My name is Amol, and I'm going to be doing your morning Bitcoin altcoin analysis. So let's get started. First things first, if you do not know me and you don't know what our community is about, my trading style, more about me can be found on this video on the Alpha Trades YouTube channel, 10 Commandments, How to Trade for a Living. I explain my background, how I got into trading in 2007, how my process and journey has evolved into becoming a full-time trader right around 2016 and 17, and how I have experienced different asset classes across the board from starting off in equities, going into commodities to FX to trading crypto in 2016 and where I am today. All can be found in this video right here, 10 Commandments, How to Trade for a Living. So today's analysis is going to be relatively simple. Okay, first off, we're going to do a sentiment check of exactly where I am with the market. Now, if you've been watching our videos for a while, okay, and we make a lot of free videos on YouTube, but more importantly, right, if you go to our video section right here, Alpha Trades is our name on YouTube. You'll see that I make a ton of public videos. Okay, so this is a lot of content that's free for the public, for you guys to look at, for you guys to maybe glean and gain some information from. And I make this content because I believe that we have a duty as people, as part of the crypto space, to help each other out and to let others know exactly how we look at the market, how we go about trading, how we go about investing in this space. So all of my videos, back from 2016, 2017 days are all on here. Okay, so make sure y'all go check that out. Now, more importantly, I only put out these videos, every couple days. Okay, so sometimes I'll put them out 2 or 3 times a week, but more importantly, in the Advantage side, okay, which is our paid membership, you could go to our website, thealphatrades.com, hit the products page, and you can buy the Advantage membership subscription right here for $97 per month. And what that gets you is access to all these locked channels that you see. Now you're wondering, what are these locked channels and what are my benefits? Well, if you actually read this, weekly schedule right here, or the welcome channel, you'll realize there's a ton of information in here that Advantage members get that the free members just do not. Okay, like I said, the free members generally will get, 1 to maybe 3 videos per week. Now, what the Advantage members get is 2 videos every single day. Okay, and these are posted in our Advantage announcements channel right here. You can see I post private Zoom video recordings that our Advantage members can watch, and you can see how many private videos we have, on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. And these help our members see the analysis on a twice a day basis. So whether it's my morning time, like the video you're seeing right now, or the evening time, which would be around 14, 15 hours from now, right? You get to see up-to-date analysis on what has happened in the market, how my positions have changed, and all the relevant information that one might need to understand and make the best possible decision with the most up-to-date information. Okay, so that is what you pay for if you go to the products page and buy the Advantage membership. Now, additionally, we're having a special right now where if you buy the technical analysis course, and this is a course that I made 1 to 2 years ago, still applicable today, of how you look at the markets from a technical analysis basis. It's only $20 right now. So if you go to the Udemy site, when you click on that link, you can add this course for $20. And for $20, you will also get 7 days in all the locked channels that you see. The locked channels include the 2 days videos. Of course, we have our private Alpha Indicator Suite, which is our proprietary suite developed by a very genius mind. His name is Harry. We have a Bitcoin trading section right here, multiple channels of how we go about scalping Bitcoin, the positions that were in Bitcoin, long, short, and then of course Bitcoin chat, where a lot of the chat happens from people discussing different positions in the market, how they go about trading, what else they're looking at. Altcoin section is another one, and then DeFi trading. Okay, and then of course equities side, we have Faisal, who is our equities analyst. He does a lot of phenomenal work for us of how to break down and digest what's happened in the U.S. equities market, and his information is very valuable. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to let you all know this is the service that we do provide in the Alpha Trades community. All right, so let's get to the analysis because we are seeing some movement now. Okay, so what we have so far, all right, is overnight. I was talking to our members and I was talking about how this sharp movement that we had overnight. I believe that in this movement right here, if we can reclaim this pivot, especially if we can get back above 10,000 or 15,850, I said that there's a pretty high chance that we might tag this 2018 level, which is $16,225. I'm going to show you guys exactly where that comes from. Okay, so let's go to the weekly chart. All right, let's go back over here. So this is where the January 2018 level comes from. All right, so these candle closings on January 2018, if you stretch that across, right, that's where we are right now. Okay. So far so good, right? But we actually have to break through this level. Now, I believe that we are, definitely on our way towards tagging this level, but I'm unsure that we're actually going to be able to just rip right through it. We might struggle here a little bit, maybe for a day or two, and who knows, we might actually break through it. And if we do, then our ceiling increases, okay, at least towards $19,287, which are the weekly candle closings of that December 2017 20,000 high. Okay, so at present moment, the way Bitcoin is moving right now is doing some phenomenal work. Okay, I mentioned to my Advantage members, just this morning or earlier today that there's a very high possibility that BTC is going to break through 16,000 and quite possibly higher. And you can see we've entered our long position, way the heck back here, right? 15,000, then we added a little bit around 14,900, 14,950. And again, this is the information as Advantage members you will get to see if and when you do join the community, right? It's a lot of transparency of how I go about trading the position, timestamp positions. More often than not, I provide screenshots, exactly when I get in, when I try to, where I try to place my stops, my target profits. So the entire game plan is just laid out even before we take the trade. Okay. Again, I can't give you financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you simply how I go about trading. This is not a copy trading website. You can do your own research. I'm simply here to explain you my methodology and how I go about analyzing the markets and trading them. So as we see right now, okay, Bitcoin is doing its best to break out of this very, very strong looking triangle. Now, these triangles, in my opinion, all right, are very bullish triangles once they do come to fruition. Meaning once we see a high volume breakout out of here, I mean, it's game over, right? What we're basically then hoping for is at least a measured move. So from the triangle top high to say this first touch low, right? The measured move and a breakout out of here, it puts us at a target of about 17,500 and some change. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty solid target, right? So that's the measured move out of just this triangle. Now, other than that, like I said, I told y'all that I have a couple different levels that I'm watching. Number one, that's 16,225. And then that other level I showed you guys, which is the 19,000 level, way the heck up here from the 2017 weekly high or weekly candle close. Okay, so in my opinion, I think BTC is doing its best to break out of this mini triangle. And once we do break out, okay, I think at least we get towards 16,225 and then probably 16,700, which is, again, another level we could be watching, paying attention to. Let me see here. There we go. 16,700 comes from these daily candles. Okay, so this wick high and then this deviation and then this, you know, progression down. Right, so that's another marker. So the reason I'm telling you guys all about these markers is because it helps us understand exactly where Bitcoin could find resistance. Right now, we pay attention to dominance quite a bit because Bitcoin dominance helps us understand exactly where the money flows are kind of going. So for example, you could see ETH is kind of lagging behind versus Bitcoin, which is kind of putting in a higher high right now, right? ETH is, way the heck down here, as well as, compared to its previous structure, this was the high in August 31st, the high 2 months ago or 3 months ago, right? You can see Bitcoin has far exceeded that high. This was the August high of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance is kind of telling us that it has climbed, okay, based on the daily chart, it has climbed quite a bit, all right? The fact that it's climbed quite a bit tells you that the money flows are still going into Bitcoin because the dominance is not really slowing down, right? So as long as, we kind of keep pressing up in dominance, I'm kind of expecting Bitcoin to push higher and altcoins to kind of just, maybe stay flat, maybe consolidate somewhere around wherever they are right now. Okay. But my theory is that, whenever Bitcoin does start breaking out and starts consolidating, I expect dominance to cool off. And then I expect altcoins like Ethereum, which again, I have a long position in. We have a long from about 420s as our average entry position. So I expect ETH to do pretty well. And currently our position is up from here. Actually, that's not, somewhere around here is our entry average. So we're up about 10.5% in our ETH position. We're also long in Link, and my average in Link is about 1085. So I'm going to pull that from down here. There's 1085 or so right there. So we're up about 20% in Link. Okay, so you could see, for the most part, we're long in not only Bitcoin but also altcoins. Now, I think personally, it's important to be long in both. Again, not investment advice, but I personally believe that Bitcoin dominance is going to generally kind of, stay relatively high, but I don't know if it's going to make a higher high. Okay, so this is where things get interesting, right? As Bitcoin prices keep climbing higher, if you see a lower high in dominance, that is where, I get the signal that, okay, we might be ready to start, rotating money into altcoins. And altcoins, even though they're lagging right now, they may not be too far behind from catching a breakout to the upside. And boy, oh boy, if we get that breakout, right, for Link especially, I'm looking at minimum, if we get a breakout from this $13 red zone area, I'm looking for a minimum of $15.75, quite possibly, $17. And if we break past that, it's targeting previous highs and, maybe even putting a new all-time high, right? So probably $20, $25, something like that. And we can even do Fibonacci extension, from this key high down to this key low. So if we do an extension, right, the 1.272 extension is about 23.43. The 2.618 extension is about $40. Okay. Again, I know these are a bit of a stretch, but you can see that if we start making our way through these levels on Link, on ETH, we're looking for a pretty major upside. But for now, Bitcoin reigns king, and it is undoubtedly, unquestionably the asset that I want to be long in. So I added to my position, and I'm, pretty long in BTC, and I'm not too concerned about, downside volatility just yet, because here's the thing, right? This is a pretty large triangle, as you can see, we're breaking out of, or we're trying to break out of. And once we start ripping out of here, I mean, at minimum, I'm kind of expecting 16,225. And then beyond that, like I said, 16,700, 17,500, which is the measured move out of this triangle. Okay. Let's see, RSI wise, this is a bit concerning because this is a decently large bearish divergence. So bearish divergence is, higher high in price right there. Okay. And then we have, from here, pretty strong lower high in momentum, right? So just to, be a little bit more cautious. Okay. And then same thing with OBV. I'm not really digging this big sort of lower high in OBV. So in any case, I kind of want to be, taking profit somewhere around here, 16,225, at least trimming down, my position that's slightly overweight now. Okay. Now, additionally, we can kind of look at the footprint data, right? We have some decent size. Let me see here. Decent size, CVD positive, divergence or positive delta building, and this is in Coinbase. So spot exchanges are clearly showing you that there's big buying activity happening, right? So with that big buying activity, this tells me that there's money behind this move. Okay, so if there's money behind this move, I'm kind of looking, and thinking, all right, well, we got some decent upside, coming towards us. And we can even sort of dim these out a little bit. And we can see the next big target as per sell walls. We have it around $16,500. Okay, $16,500 is the next big walls that are set up for potential big selling. If we go on BitMEX, right, let's see where BitMEX is. See, there's really not a whole lot of large sellers above us on MEX. Let's see, OKX spot and then OKX futures. All right. So not a whole lot of sellers stacked up on OKX, but I think futures they are. Okay, so I'll show you guys the futures right over here. So futures again lined up right around 16,500, right? Like I said earlier, we have some decent sellers somewhere around there. But remember, BTC is trading at like $300 higher premium on OKX futures versus something like, BitMEX, which is trading at 16,165 or something. Okay. The final thing that I want to show you is, this is the exchange whale ratio. So you guys could follow my friend Ki Young Ju. He is the CEO of CryptoQuant. Okay. So I have access to this exchange, and this is the pro chart. So meaning, if you have, if you pay for the premium membership, you get all these different, very cool and informative indicators that will give you idea of, data that helps you see exactly when whales are moving Bitcoin to exchanges, generally to sell, or you have different metrics here like miner inflows. When are miners moving BTC to exchanges to sell? Network indicators that help you understand the NVT golden cross ratio or stock to flow ratio. If you're wanting to understand how BTC is playing according to those indicators, intra-entity flows, right? Over here you have the miners position index, fund to flow ratio. All these different indicators kind of help you realize aside from technical analysis and price action, there's a whole world of data that you can absorb and identify and help you gain a different perspective on how to look at the market. And so I always recommend CryptoQuant as my go-to place to identify this data, to help me complement my own technical analysis, my own technical reasoning. Okay. So again, as you can see, we're reaching towards that 16,225 marker. So far, so good. All right. As per options volume, there's some big players who have, well, relatively big players who have some decent size and volume in the January 2021 call option contract, meaning they're kind of betting on the price to get towards 20,000, 24, 28, 32, and 36. Okay. Now, generally, most of that concentration of size and volume is around 20, 24, and 28. Okay, and then of course we have some very wing traders, which are all the way down to about 40,000. Now again, this is the January 2021 contract. Okay, I don't really know if we're going to reach that high, but so far, clearly there are some, very bullish, call option buyers, especially call option sellers. I don't know who has the guts to be, writing these calls, but in any case, someone out there is thinking that they want to be buying these calls, and then there's also someone out there who doesn't believe that they're going to reach these prices. Okay, but if prices do get towards that point, I mean, these call options are going to be worth massive. Okay. So if you are someone who's interested in, kind of throwing out some punts on deeper targets, you can pick up some options from Deribit for, January 2021. Again, not investment advice, but just letting y'all know. Okay. So we talked about dominance. We talked about, the heat map as per, OKX futures, Coinbase spot, BitMEX, and we talked about, some of the targets that I've been paying attention to, right? Aside from that, I mean, my general outlook of how I look at the markets is, horizontal levels, right? I have these trend lines to help me kind of get further guidance of exactly how, levels can be looked at from the trending perspective, momentum perspective, and then I have this indicator that I have set up, which is the pivots indicator. This helps me again, kind of simplify my chart of horizontal support and resistance levels. Yeah, I mean, I just like to keep my charts simple. Again, if you are new to my videos, right, there's a ton of videos that I have. Make sure y'all go check it out. And if you want to learn my trading style, it's in this course right here. Like I said, if you buy this course, you'll get 7 free days in the Advantage membership, okay, which are all these locked channels that you see. And you'll see the benefit of that. Okay, 7 free days, you're paying for a course, $20 worth, and you get all access to everything. I think it's a good deal. Okay. Finally, let's kind of wrap it up with, traditional markets. You see S&P 500, ES futures, kind of flat, not really doing a whole lot, but, obviously Bitcoin is leading. It's a little bit more risk on in today's environment. So I expect BTC to lead, right? I'm expecting Bitcoin to kind of push up higher before the traditional markets get, that gold signal for the upside. Okay. Talked about Link. We talked about ETH. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much it, folks. Make sure you all hit the thumbs up on our video. Leave me a comment on YouTube or wherever you're watching this. And yeah, come join our Advantage community. There's a Discord link below in the description that you're watching this video on. Y'all take care. And I hope to see you in our community, in our Discord soon. All right. Cheers. Good luck to you. Let's make some money in this bull market. All right. Take care.